Okay, welcome back, One Tree Hill fans. We are talking about season 3, episode 14, All Tomorrow's Parties. So, thank you for being here. If you want to hit that like and subscribe button, be most appreciated. And let's get into it. What's Haley more excited about? Sharing a hotel room with Nathan. Peyton says, "You are so Brooke's roommate." Not untrue. Oh my god, Whitey is so adorable. This year's classic will not be a repeat of last year's debauchery. No truthing or daring. Sorry, that killed me. And that goes for the chaperones. Pan to Keith eating Karen's face because he's kissing her. Oh my god, I like little Nathan's little joke. Because like Lucas is like, where is Dan anyway? Yeah, that is a good question, because you know he's not popping through doors and just appearing places like a spirit. He's like, he's doing mayor stuff, probably even planning an invasion of Raleigh. Ooh, Brooke asking the radio game what will happen to me, and the song is torn between two lovers. Foreshadowing. Honestly, it's kind of nice seeing the cheerleading squad not falling into everything that Rachel wants, because they were doing that for so long. So it's nice to see them be like, we're not going to do what you want today. Oh, I totally forgot that Brooke's clothes debut at Rogue Vogue got changed to the next day. So I guess the lady who's screaming about hanging people from streamers was right. Brooke has a cheer decision to make. And of course she decides to stay at Rogue Vogue because it is her one shot. Hello, kids, getting the flowers and the champagne and the welcome basket in the room for him and Karen. Look at this man being so smooth. Oh my god. And here comes Whitey out of the bathroom. Keith is like, oh, you should see the bathroom. It comes with a crusty old man. And Whitey's like, You two are shacked up together in sin. It's a bad example for the children. You should be ashamed of yourself. I love that Whitey's like digging into the basket. He's like, "Ooh, truffles, isn't that romantic?" I haven't seen him have this much fun in a while. I love that like even like Nathan and Lucas are sharing a room, and they like do rock paper scissors for the bed, and I'm like, that bed is pretty big. You could put lots of pillows between you. Like, no one has to sleep on the floor. You're athletes. Come on. Oh, Bevan. When Skills says she looks hot. Oh, no, I don't really have a fever. That was a lie. Such a trip to see Peyton and Rachel kind of, like, bonding. Does anybody really believe that that Brooke's model Solaris is 15? Okay, I'm really glad that Peyton also acknowledges it's kind of weird you and me hanging out, Rachel, right? Oh my god. Just as Bevan tells Rachel, since Brooke's not coming, Lucas is in her room. You can see the wheels turning and the plan formulating in Rachel's mind. Oh, Skills. Swimming, huh? How hard can it be? I don't think quoting Titanic, "I'll never let you go," was the way to go there, Bevan. As Skills pointed out, that's easy for you to say. The girl lived. The guy did not. Oh my gosh. The little girl talking about, oh, thanks for sending Lucas to my house and sitting him next to me at dinner, because he is really fine. Okay, so hearing Mr. Battle talk about how he used to play ball and how he stopped worrying about what could have been and what might be. I liked it when Mrs. Battle was like, "So, Lucas, what does your father do?" "Well, he hangs out with what might have been." It's an interesting kind of moment where you're like seeing the contrast of a father, you know, supporting his son versus what Dan did. It's really nice that Mr. Battle wants to believe that, you know, oh, Lucas and Nathan's dad would want to hope for the best for his sons, but it's interesting how they kind of look at him like, you're just wondering, like, do you believe that? Do you think that? Or are you not feeling it? Oh, Whitey, he is such a mess. He like shows up to Karen and Keith's romantic dinner with his bowling ball, and then he's like, oh, you disappeared for months and now you can't even find the time to take an old man bowling. Oh, he's the mess. And he makes him carry his bowling ball. I love it. Well, Brooke got a very crash course in the dark side of the so-called beautiful people. And this is why I don't like Rachel. Because, I mean, she's totally instigating to get Peyton drunk to send her to the room where Lucas is and cause problems for everybody. Haley showing up to Karen's door and Karen thinking it's Keith saying, oh, you're in trouble. What? Oh my god, but I love that she's like, Haley, get in here. I love that Haley's like, I could totally be down for Must Love Dogs with John Cusack. And Karen's like, that means you want to watch it, right? Oh, yeah. But it wasn't. It was Must Love I missed an N. Ooh, creepy. Poor. Leah's doing Lucas's makeup. How cute is that? And when Brooke calls him, Lucas answers this one, how's the most beautiful girl in New York City? And Leah's like, that hurts. Daoud, the cab driver, and Brooke's New York life lessons. Skills freaking got the floaties, and she's got her hands under his back while he's floating. Poor thing. It's crazy. The blue eyeshadow really does kind of look good on Lucas. But it's funny, because then Nathan's like, oh, you see Mr. Battle and how he's not like my dad at all. He didn't have a father, and one generation changed everything. Foreshadowing. Damn, dude, the good dude. He stopped the meter to give her Brooke advice. That's amazing. How cute is that? Freaking Haley, the candles, the bath. I switched rooms with, I switched rooms. I don't have to sleep on the floor, do I? Okay, but seriously, Nathan, why did you have to get into the tub with your shoes on? Gross. Peyton's drunk and actually saying, oh, thanks, Rachel. You're not the manipulative psycho I thought you were. Wait for it. Oh, poor Peyton waking up drunk. Lucas is still wearing the eyeshadow. Dude, Lucas is true. Rachel is probably not the best person to use the buddy system with. Oh, God, Neely is just so cute. Ah! Okay, did anybody's heart stop when Brooke comes into the room with Lucas and Peyton? Oh, God. I don't know. There's like, okay, Lucas is right, but there is like this part of me that even though I know nothing happened, even though I don't think he slept on the floor, I'm just like, there's a part of me that doesn't want to believe him, even though I know. So I'm amazed that like Brooke is just like, okay, we said we trust each other. Oh, it's so hard. Okay, I could not imagine having a hangover and then having to go do a cheerleading routine. Like, kill me now. Okay, so that's funny because Peyton gives this whole thing to Rachel like, you know, we're not pandas. We're not just gonna meet. And she's all like, you know, I'm sorry if that's not what you wanted. Just thought I was helping you out. And Peyton's like, you know, you can't see it because of my sunglasses, but I'm rolling my eyes right now. Right? I did forget that, like, you know, Brooke showed back up to the classic. I mean, it's kind of crazy to let go of that chance, but this is a show, and she's going home to her friends to be 17. And who else is glad to finally see the squad being on Brooke's side for a change? And Rachel's the odd man out today. I guess that got Peyton out of the cheerleading practice, which is good for her because she's hungover. And then when she looks at the picture of her and Ellie and it says last day with Peyton, and not last day, because she got more. Keith and Karen talking about their nights. Whitey snoring to the theme song of MASH. Top that. Well, I took a bath, hung out with Haley, and watched an adult movie. And Keith's like, Haley's a bad influence. I'm just calling bullshit. There's no way a hungover person could do a cheerleading routine. I just can't. Oh. Skills, so Wim lessened Bevan for notebooking him. That's so funny. This routine gets screwed up. Everybody's upset until Brooke's just like, you know what, screw it. And starts doing the robot. That's hilarious. Okay, did Haley start doing the Charleston? That's hilarious. That's one way to make, what is it? Make lemonade out of a lemon. Rachel looks really upset, but I love that the basketball team, all the guys go up there and start dancing, and then everybody starts. See? It's fun. I hope Brooke Davis walking away from all of the Rogue Vogue glitz. It looks like it made Solaris think because she seemed happy about it. Maybe she will turn her life around, right? Okay, did anybody's heart hurt a little bit? When Keith was like, you know, if the rest of my days are like this, I'll die a happy man. Foreshadowing. And then, like, Karen asked him to marry him. And he's like, you can't ask me. I was going to ask you. Oh, my God. Whitey, I'm telling you, I did not order that movie. Okay, so episode 14's podcast, another fabulous one. I really enjoyed this one. I enjoyed them all. But this one felt a little extra special. And, you know, I don't think I realized that Dan wasn't in this episode. It's so funny that I didn't, because he's always lurking. I guess we are just used to that. And now, I guess Karen and Keith really couldn't get any alone time. But hey, they are right. It was a very different vibe than people trying to threaten their lives. And hey, that Sam guy really was good at playing a creep and a weirdo, a druggie, and in New York Elite. And it's true. Haley was being young and flirty. Hillary was being messy and young. And here Brooke is being young and conflicted. Many different aspects of the young vibe for sure. Dawood was a really good, I think, anchor for Brooke in this episode. Not only did he take her seriously, but that kind of cements further her progression of her character. And I totally do remember him from Seinfeld now that they mentioned it. I still think that Brooke's choice in this episode to choosing to stay a kid is really surprising, because I honestly feel like most kids wouldn't make that choice necessarily. So it's kind of like this really surprising yet conflicting choice all around, which once again kind of embodies what it is to be a teenager in a way. So, you know, trusting yourself is very hard, especially when you're a teenager. Hell, it's just hard, period, I think. You know, I think it's so crazy. Hillary waking up with a sty on her eye on her 40th birthday, and all she wants is her friend's house, pool, trampoline, and their brownies. That's a mood, I think. I think it was really cool that Anna Lotta came on the show, and Anna Lotto, and I feel like it was really cool to have her write this episode, because it does ring true in so many ways, and it's just authentic. It has a very authentic undertone to this episode with the girls' character in particular. Man, their live shows sound like they are going to be just phenomenal. I hope we can get like maybe a highlight reel for those of us who cannot attend. It was really interesting to hear Anna talk about how she got passed over for promotion, especially for guys, but it was really cool that there are guys that actually stood up for her. And I love that she was the voice for the female characters. And, you know, because that's so needed, especially when you have a bunch of older guys trying to rate teenage girls. And, you know, but I am going to say on the flip of this, I knew girls like Rachel in my teen years. So I am all for girls not being like that. Let's break that trend. I agree. The whole rando trip for Lucas and Nathan was very odd, very ill-placed in this episode, but yet at the same time, I'm going to say once again, I really do feel like it was a moment of clarity for both Lucas and Nathan to see a good father and see how much their dad is not like Mr. Battle. So for me, that was the only thing that I could really connect to the episode. I agree. There's a lot of, especially guys in jobs, that will dangle that carrot to women, and it's gross. It is inappropriate. It's wrong. I mean, I think every woman has had to deal with that in some respect in their life. And honestly, all I can say to people and corporations, let's do better, shall we? Because that shit is old. We're over it, and we need to try something else because clearly that's not working. You know, you can't go back home again. You can't be a kid again, but you can visit. And I think sometimes we just need that. And it's really cool that I think Anna was able to put a lot of her own life and experience and just personal points in this episode. I think that was really, it showed through. I mean, it really came through in a really positive way. And can I just say, using the word gangbang for writing, I do writing. So I'm just like, that is very untoward and unseemly and gross and just, again, let's do better because that is just unhealthy, inappropriate, and so many other things that I just don't have time to talk about. So yeah, like, speaking of inappropriate, watching the Paris tape at work, are you freaking joking? Like, ugh. Like, ick. It's just ugly. And, you know... Speaking of that, it's like Anna was definitely spilling the tea in this episode, and I was so here for it. It was the good, the bad, the ugly indeed. And one more thing about the ugly, Sophia talking about the Friends writer, basically saying that like, oh, they can't talk to you like that, but oh, our lawyers will still win. Again, I'm going to say, let's do and be better. Okay, that's it for me on this episode. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.